picture this. You're at a crowded networking event. Someone asks a really simple question. You know exactly what you want to say, but instead your eyes glaze over.
Oh, it is the worst feeling.
You're completely trapped inside your own head. It's like solitary confinement with a grammar textbook.
Right. And most people think they're struggling with their English in that moment. They aren't. They're actually struggling with something else entirely.
Welcome back to English Unfiltered. Today we are doing a deep dive into, well, exactly why your brain completely crashes when you try to speak a new language.
Because the assumption is always, oh, I just need more flashcards. Like if I memorize more words, the awkward silences will just stop.
But based on the research we're looking at today, that is completely wrong. Freezing mid-sentence, it feels like a failure of intelligence.
Right, which is incredibly embarrassing.
Exactly. But it's actually a total failure of processing bandwidth.
Yes, that is exactly it. Because you are essentially acting as your own, internal Google Translate.
Which is exhausting.
Oh, it's impossible. Your brain is trying to run 5 incredibly heavy programs at the exact same time. You're listening, decoding their words, formulating a reply in your native tongue, and coding that reply back into the new language, and then physically trying to speak.
Wait, so you literally run out of cognitive RAM?
Exactly. It's like a computer crashing because you just opened 50 web browser tabs at once.
Okay, that perfectly explains what happened to me trying to speak Spanish at this dinner party once. The host asked me a really simple question, and I constructed this brilliant, witty response in my head.
Let me guess, it took way too long.
Yes. By the time my mental translation finally finished, the conversation had completely moved on. I totally missed my window.
Because human conversation has a really fast rhythm. People bounce off each other, and translating destroys that rhythm entirely.
So if translation is the bottleneck, the fix is just what? Drilling those translations until they're instant?
You would think so, but no. The only actual fix to reduce that cognitive load is to start thinking in incredibly simple, bare-bones sentences.
Like how simple?
Like toddler level. Literally just, I am drinking coffee.
Wait, no, hold on. If I'm in a high-stakes business meeting, I can't have an inner monologue that sounds like a toddler. I'm a complex adult.
Right. You want to sound professional.
Obviously. I have nuanced opinions.
And that resistance right there, that is purely your ego talking.
Wait, my ego?
Yes.
Yes?
This is the biggest psychological trap we found in this deep dive. We naturally try to use the advanced scaffolding of our native language because we want to prove we're smart.
Okay, but how does that cause the system crash?
Well, trying to perfectly map a complex native thought directly onto limited new vocabulary, it creates a massive structural mismatch.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like trying to perfectly render a 4K video game on a basic pocket calculator.
Yeah.
The system just freezes.
Because you're forcing this massive file size through a tiny processor, you're prioritizing your identity over actually communicating.
Which is so ironic because it ultimately makes you mute.
Wow, that is so true.
Right. But when you strip away the ego, and you force yourself to think simple thoughts directly in the target language, you start building direct neural pathways. You just bypass the native language entirely.
Oh, this totally reminds me of learning to drive a manual car.
Oh, that's a great analogy.
Yeah, because at first, you overthink every single pedal. You consciously translate your desire to stop into 3 mechanical steps, and you stall the engine.
Which is the exact equivalent of freezing mid-sentence.
Exactly. But eventually you see a red light and your foot just brakes automatically.
Yes, and starting with simple sentences allows for a cognitive process called chunking.
Chunking.
Yeah, those basic words start grouping together effortlessly into larger ideas. The direct pathway gets stronger, and your native language just stops interfering.
So true fluency isn't dictionary knowledge at all. It's just the total absence of friction.
Precisely. There's nothing left to translate.
All right, so here's a challenge for you today. When you're doing something mundane, like making dinner, look at the boiling water and force the direct, simple thought, just, I am making dinner.
Yeah, squash any native language interference the absolute second you feel it.
Because that automation is what ultimately gives you flow.
Right. But honestly, it gets even stranger when local slang and cultural context enter the picture.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, what happens when your perfectly automated direct translation literally makes 0 sense to the person you're talking to?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a whole different conversation.
We'll have to come back to that one.